You guys, and welcome back to my channel for another March Madness video. Today's topic I feel like has already been done in January and February of this year, but being behind on trends always, I wanted to finally sit down and do my best purchases from 2020. First and foremost, we all know that 2020 was the year no one saw coming, was just completely unplanned and unpredicted, but that doesn't mean there were still some good and or bad purchases made. If you have any that you would like to share in this conversation, let me know your best and worst purchases down below in the comment section. And of course, if you're new here, be sure to click that little red subscription button and the bell down below to be updated for any future videos that come out on this channel. The month of March, you'll be seeing a lot from me because we're doing a video every single day. And last but surely not least, give this video a huge thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. But without any further ado, here are my best purchases from the year 2020. Number one, I wrote my brand new car. Long story short, I bought my last car in 2010 and I drove that thing for 10 years. By the time it reached November of 2020, I was going to school every day as, a cart teacher in a pandemic. My car did not have any heat, like the heater was just out. The sensors were all sorts of a mess. I would turn the car on and it would tell me that my anti-lock brakes were on, that I was on black ice, that my battery needed checked on, that every sensor that could go off was going off. So as the temperatures here in Columbus, Ohio got colder and colder, I again had no heat, sensor problems, already nervous to go in to teach during a pandemic, and it wasn't a good situation. But me being super stubborn, I thought I'm just gonna push through. I'm gonna get a new car in June. I'm gonna set aside money each and every week and pay it all in cash. I was very headstrong on this. And then finally, my husband, bless his heart, he approached me the day of Christmas break, so he already knew I was in a good mood. And he reminded me that a lot of times car dealerships offer better deals on cars, new or used, if you buy at the end of the year when they need to up their quota. He did, and then I'm giving him all the credit here, he did all of the shopping for me. He looked up the best price, internet sales. If you bought before like Christmas or New Year, there was also certain bonuses. He helped me, walked me all the way through, and when the time came, we went. It was a quick and easy process, to be honest. I did a vlog about it and I will link it up above in the cards. It shows a full tour. It shows you this whole story I'm telling you here, but in a much more detailed fashion. But long story short, I now drive a 2018 Honda CR-V with heated seats, remote start. All the sensors work, which is great. It makes going to school, we are currently in a polar vortex. It is not going to be above 32 degrees for the next 2 weeks. So it makes going into work every day a lot easier. And I'm sure my coworkers love me being in a much better mood driving into school in those early, dark, cold morning hours in a car that actually has heat. So long ramble and rant to say, number one on my list is my brand new car. Number two are hand weights from Amazon. Now I know right after a toilet paper shortage, there was a huge shortage of workout gear and materials on Amazon, Target, wherever you would buy those things. And it's not really surprising. People were home, gyms were closed, your workouts had to be done here at your house. I also did another video, I'm doing a lot of video shout outs. I did an experiment where I did Zumba on the Nintendo Switch up on my TV for 30 days in a row. It was one of my favorite videos of the year. I'll put that link up above in the cards. It just documented that series, but when I was done doing my Zumba challenge, I thought, okay, I got Zumba down, that means my cardio's done, but I know nothing about weight and strength training. Let me go look up hand weights. And somehow I got really lucky. I think I probably put the order in a week or two before they all went out of stock, but I got a set of hand weights. If I find the ones I bought, I will link them down below in my Amazon store. They are a set of 3, 5, and 8 pound weights, and I can do any kind of workout up here. I will be very honest, just last week was the first time I actually searched strength training routine. Before that, I was only searching like arm weights for beginners, upper body workout for beginners with hand weights, and now I'm finally looking at strength training. I do recommend starting small. I started with my 8 pounds thinking that's not very much and learned quickly, you must build up. But having hand weights at home did show me that I didn't need a gym. I still do prefer classes, but I don't need a gym. And having them in your house and making them a priority really does help with your health. Number 3, speaking of health, is my air fryer. This was a purchase my husband really wanted, and he never really approaches me that often wanting something that's like a house or a kitchen gadget. So I gave in. It was a great sale. He wanted it. It was part of our Christmas presents. We got ourselves an air fryer, and I have to admit, not wanting this thing at all, it has us trying different ways to prepare broccoli, Brussels sprouts, burgers, salmon, asparagus. It is nice. It's also nice having your husband want to explore cooking with you. That's been a nice little hobby we have done together. Side note, we got married 4 months before this pandemic, so we were very much newlyweds, getting used to our space, and throwing us together back in March of 2020 when my school did go remote and his work did go remote. Long story short, I like that we have a hobby not work related and not related to us sharing a home office that is cooking. So an air fryer, look up good deals on like Amazon or Target, Sears, whatever. Get yourself an air fryer, or you can obviously just buy a used one on Amazon, or not Amazon, excuse me, on Facebook Marketplace. Next on my list are my OPI nail polish and manicure sets. Pre-pandemic, I had the habit and hobby. I said those together. Pandemic, I had the hobby of getting my nails done at a nail salon once a month. They were dip manicures, so they were not acrylic. They were my real nails, but the polish was so good it would not chip. Now, pandemic came in, I also decided I wasn't going to salons, and I was trying to tighten my budget because I figured, hey, if I'm gonna live in this house, I may as well own the whole dang thing. So I slashed parts of my budget. You can see videos of me talking about that here. So long story short, I stopped doing my nails at a nail salon, so I wanted to invest in better nail polishes. Marshall's had a sale of all these OPI gels, nail polishes, top coats, base coats. I guess they were originally between $8 and $10, and they were on sale for $3. So I threw out all of my old polish I had here at home. They were 5, if not more, years old. I got myself 3 basic colors, a base coat, and a top coat for $15 plus tax, but that's gonna set me for the year. One trip to the nail salon was $45 plus tip, and in this, I got myself a year's worth of nail polishes for $15. Now, I will say, my nails did not originally look like these that you see on my screen, if they even focus. I hope they focus for you. What I did is I went and researched on YouTube, because again, we were stuck at home. I researched on YouTube tips and tricks, techniques, doing your own manicure for beginners, and I finally learned the correct way to trim my cuticles, the right way to file your nails, letting them sit and dry for a certain amount of time. You can all look this up. It is no secret. I'm not the best at it, but the OPI polishes were a fantastic purchase. I highly recommend if you're somebody that likes to have their nails be done. Next on my list is the book Tribe of Mentors. Now, I am filming this in a one-take fashion, and that book is currently upstairs, but I will link it down below. It is essentially a book filled with little short messages from successful people that are asked all the same questions, like what do you do in your day, what routines make you stand out, what hobbies do you like, what purchase of $100 has helped you more than anything else. And it's just nice to see other people's thoughts, opinions, and experiences. I actually owned this book before the pandemic. I want to say January or February of 2020, just when I was looking for guidance and mentors. And it really did help me start off my day when I was always working from home. I would get up, I would journal my thoughts, drink my coffee, and read one page of the Tribe of Mentors. Highly recommend it. Again, I will have it listed down below in the description box. Number 6 is one of my favorites, and it's my weighted blanket. I have this little blanket over here under my coffee table, and when there were days that I just wasn't sure what's happening in the world, what is going on, and I'll admit there were many of those days last year in 2020, just putting on my weighted blanket, turning on anything but the news, and watching something on TV, Hulu, or Netflix. It did not matter. It was a place of comfort. I didn't have to worry about what was going on in the world. I didn't have to worry about really anything for a 20 to 30 minute period of time. Just having that weighted blanket really helped with stress and anxiety. You can do more research on this. Again, if I have that also listed, I will link it down below in the comments. If you're somebody that struggles with maybe relaxing at the end of the day or falling asleep, it just feels really nice to have that compression and weight on you. I think mine is 15 pounds altogether, but when it lays out on you, the weight isn't evenly distributed, so you just feel like you're in your own little stress-free nook. And lastly on my list is one of my favorites, and it is my outdoor garden planter. There is a ladder planter out there. Again, I will put a clip somewhere here on the screen if I can find a shot of it, and it just has little trellises that go up the side of the planter. I bought it on Etsy. It was an impulse purchase, probably my favorite impulse purchase, but it helped me learn how to garden. I had a cherry tomato plant next to it, and I planted flowers and cucumber and strawberries. I never got any strawberries because there's a dang squirrel out there. And then my top layer of the garden had basil and mint and cilantro, which really helped me learning about cooking. Like I said before, my husband and I were getting into cooking, so I was learning about spices and how these plants can enhance your dishes and how different salsa tastes with or without cilantro. But just having my little planter outside was a new hobby. It was just nice to get me out of my house, even though it was just on my backyard, but it was a nice little thing to try in 2020. But you guys, those are my top favorite purchases of 2020. Let me know your favorites or worst purchases, again, down below in the comment section. Once again, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.